What if you could remain calm, clear, and in control of your emotions, no matter what chaos surrounds you? Picture yourself responding to stress, anger, fear, and frustration, not with impulsive reactions, but with steady, deliberate strength, the kind of mental mastery that defined one of history's greatest leaders, the Roman Emperor, Marcus Aurelius. In a world overwhelmed by constant stimulation, uncertainty, and emotional turbulence, the ancient wisdom of Stoicism offers powerful mental hacks for mastering your inner life. This isn't about suppressing emotions or pretending everything is fine. It's about transforming your relationship with your feelings so that they serve you rather than enslave you. Marcus Aurelius, a philosopher king, wrote extensively about this art of emotional mastery in his personal journal, Meditations, a timeless guide that continues to inspire millions across centuries. In this video, we will embark on a journey through Marcus Aurelius's most profound insights and practical strategies to help you cultivate resilience, emotional intelligence, and unshakable calm. Whether you face daily stresses, deep anxieties, or intense emotional storms, this ancient wisdom has the power to transform your mental landscape. Marcus Aurelius ruled Rome from 161 to 180 AD, not only as an emperor but as a dedicated student and practitioner of Stoic philosophy. His meditations were never intended for publication, but as personal reflections, a mental toolkit for facing the immense pressures of leadership in life. Despite commanding vast armies and governing an empire at its peak, Marcus's writings reveal a deeply human struggle with anger, doubt, fear, and mortality, the very emotions that challenge us today. What makes Marcus's approach unique is his unwavering commitment to the Stoic ideal, the belief that while we cannot control external events, we can control how we respond to them. This philosophy gives birth to a profound sense of agency and freedom, rooted not in circumstances, but in the mastery of the mind and emotions. Today's world bombards us with stimuli that trigger intense emotional responses, from social media outrage and economic uncertainty to personal conflicts and global crises. Many people feel overwhelmed, reactive, or trapped in cycles of negative emotions that sap energy and cloud judgment. Stoicism offers a way out by teaching us how to distinguish between what is within our control, our thoughts, beliefs, and responses, and what lies beyond our power. This fundamental dichotomy is the cornerstone of emotional mastery and resilience. Marcus Aurelius reminds us that emotions arise not from external events themselves, but from our judgments about those events. By changing our judgments, we can change our emotional experiences, gaining calm and clarity even in the midst of turmoil. Some core principles Marcus Aurelius used to regulate his emotions include acceptance of reality, loving and embracing whatever life brings, including suffering and setbacks, as necessary parts of existence. He practiced viewing life from above, detaching from immediate emotional responses by adopting a broader perspective of life's transient nature. He distinguished between internal and external, focusing only on what lies within your control, your own mind and actions, and letting go of attachment to outcomes. Marcus also used premeditation of adversity, imagining possible challenges in advance to prepare emotionally and reduce their power. These principles are not abstract ideas, but practical mental tools Marcus repeatedly applied to navigate the complexities of his rule and personal struggles. In an era marked by rapid change, uncertainty, and constant connectivity, emotional mastery is not just desirable, but essential for well-being and success. Without it, stress accumulates, decision-making falters, and relationships suffer. With it, you build resilience, enhance clarity, and unlock a deeper sense of peace and purpose. Over the course of this journey, we will unpack these Stoic mental hacks in detail, offering actionable guidance to integrate them into your daily life. If you're ready to reclaim control over your emotions and cultivate the mindset of a Stoic emperor, stay with me. This journey will transform the way you think, feel, and live. Now that we've laid the foundation with Marcus Aurelius's core principles, let's explore how to actively practice these mental hacks in your everyday life to master your emotions with grace and strength. The first step is cultivating awareness of your emotional triggers, those moments when your mind flares with anger, anxiety, or frustration. Marcus Aurelius emphasized the importance of catching these impulses early, recognizing them not as uncontrollable forces, but as signals to pause and reflect. By becoming intimately familiar with what sets off your emotional reactions, you create the space necessary to choose your response rather than react reflexively. Philosopher Epictetus, another Stoic great, said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This highlights the power of deliberate response over automatic reaction. One effective technique is to practice mental journaling, writing down your emotional experiences, thoughts, and responses in detail. This allows you to step outside the immediacy of the moment and examine your feelings with clarity and objectivity. Marcus himself wrote his meditations as a form of personal journaling, using it to reinforce his mental discipline and keep his mind steady amidst turmoil. Another vital practice is the use of premeditation of adversity, deliberately imagining potential challenges or hardships before they happen. Rather than causing worry, this prepares your mind emotionally, reducing shock and making you more resilient when difficulties arise. Imagine mentally rehearsing scenarios where things don't go your way and visualizing yourself responding with calm and reasoned action. This proactive mindset builds a kind of emotional armor that prevents you from being blindsided by life's inevitable setbacks. Moreover, viewing situations from a broader perspective, sometimes called the view from above, helps dissolve the intensity of emotional turmoil. Marcus Aurelius frequently reminded himself to see his problems as part of the vast unfolding of the universe, transient and small in the grand scheme. This cosmic perspective can deflate the ego's tendency to magnify problems and helps maintain equanimity. By practicing these mental hacks regularly, you train your mind to remain grounded and steady, even when external circumstances threaten to destabilize you. Building on the practices of emotional awareness, journaling, premeditation of adversity, and adopting the view from above, it is vital to also cultivate the Stoic principle of distinguishing between what is within your control and what is not. Marcus Aurelius and other Stoics understood that much of human suffering arises from mistakenly attaching our emotional well-being to external events beyond our power to influence. The Stoic dichotomy of control is a powerful mental tool that invites us to focus our energy and concern solely on our own thoughts, choices, and actions, the only true domains of control we possess. For example, while you cannot control the opinions, actions, or behaviors of others, you can control how you interpret those actions and how you choose to respond emotionally. Marcus Aurelius constantly reminded himself that the external world is indifferent, it simply is. It is our judgments about the world that generate pleasure, pain, anger, or calm. By internalizing this understanding, you free yourself from unnecessary emotional turmoil caused by trying to change what you cannot. Philosopher Epictetus famously encapsulated this when he said, "Make the best use of what is in your power and take the rest as it happens." Integrating this mindset involves a conscious practice of regularly reflecting on your reactions. Are you upset because of something you can change or because of something beyond your reach? When you catch yourself fixating on the latter, you gently remind yourself to redirect your focus inward, onto your own reasoned choices. This shift in perspective is not always easy. It requires patience, repetition, and a willingness to observe your thoughts without attachment or judgment. A practical approach is to develop a daily habit of self-inquiry, asking yourself questions such as, what can I control in this situation? What is outside my control, and how can I accept it peacefully? How can I respond virtuously and with wisdom here? Through this ongoing dialogue with yourself, you cultivate emotional resilience and mental clarity that remains steadfast regardless of external chaos. In addition to focusing on what lies within your control, Marcus Aurelius encourages the practice of embracing impermanence, the understanding that all things, including emotions, situations, and life itself, are transient and constantly changing. This awareness serves as a powerful antidote to emotional attachment and distress, reminding us that intense feelings, whether joy or sorrow, are temporary waves on the vast ocean of existence. By internalizing impermanence, you develop the ability to observe your emotions as passing phenomena rather than fixed states that define you. Imagine standing on the shore watching waves rise and fall, some fierce, some gentle, but none lasting forever. This is how the Stoics view emotions, temporary and ever-changing. Marcus Aurelius wrote extensively about the ephemeral nature of life and experience, urging himself to keep perspective and remain grounded amid the fleeting nature of all things. This mindset also encourages gratitude and presence, as it reminds us to cherish the moment and not be consumed by regrets of the past or anxieties about the future. Moreover, embracing impermanence fosters compassion, both toward yourself and others, as you recognize that everyone navigates this constant flux of change and emotion. When you realize that suffering and joy alike are universal and transient, it becomes easier to respond with patience and kindness, rather than judgment or frustration. Another critical Stoic practice tied to emotional mastery is virtue cultivation, living in accordance with wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. Marcus Aurelius viewed virtue not as abstract ideals, but as practical guides for action and thought, the true foundation for a flourishing and peaceful mind. By committing to embody these virtues, you align your emotional responses with reason and integrity, transforming raw feelings into constructive energy. For example, temperance helps regulate impulses. Courage enables you to face difficulties calmly. Justice guides your interactions with fairness, and wisdom offers clarity and discernment. The cultivation of virtue is a lifelong process, a journey of self-improvement that anchors your emotional life in strength and balance. In the following sections, we will delve deeper into how to practically cultivate these virtues daily and integrate them into your responses to life's challenges. As we delve further into the practical application of Stoic virtues, it is essential to understand how wisdom serves as the guiding light in mastering your emotions. As we delve further into the practical application of Stoic virtues, it is essential to understand how wisdom serves as the guiding light in mastering your emotions. Wisdom, for Marcus Aurelius, was the capacity to see things clearly, to discern what is true, and to act accordingly. It is the foundation upon which all other virtues rest. Cultivating wisdom means constantly educating yourself, not just through books or teachings, but through deep reflection and learning from your own experiences. When you face challenging emotions, wisdom allows you to step back and analyze the root causes instead of reacting impulsively. For example, when anger arises, wisdom helps you recognize whether it stems from unrealistic expectations, misunderstandings, or attachment to outcomes beyond your control. This kind of clarity can transform destructive impulses into opportunities for growth and understanding. Moreover, wisdom encourages humility, reminding us that no one possesses all answers and that life is a continual process of learning and adaptation. This humility prevents the arrogance that often fuels emotional turmoil and conflict, paving the way for patience and openness. In parallel with wisdom is the virtue of courage, the strength to face adversity and emotional discomfort head-on. Marcus Aurelius saw courage not as mere bravery in battle, but as the mental fortitude to endure pain, uncertainty, and hardship without losing composure. Developing courage means acknowledging your fears and anxieties rather than suppressing them and committing to act despite their presence. When you practice courage in your emotional life, you cultivate resilience, the ability to bounce back from setbacks and maintain your inner equilibrium. Marcus Aurelius' meditations are peppered with reminders to embrace each moment fully and to meet life with acceptance and courage. Building on the power of mindful presence, Marcus Aurelius also emphasized the importance of acceptance of fate, or amor fati, which means loving whatever happens and seeing every event as an essential part of the whole. This radical acceptance liberates you from resistance and frustration, allowing you to embrace life's unpredictability with grace and calm. Rather than fighting reality or wishing things were different, you learn to work with circumstances as they are, finding meaning and opportunity even in adversity. This attitude transforms suffering from a burden into a teacher, guiding your growth and deepening your wisdom. Stoicism teaches that everything unfolds according to nature's rational order, and by aligning yourself with this order, you cultivate peace of mind. Marcus Aurelius practiced amor fati by reminding himself daily that whatever happens is necessary and beneficial in the grand scheme, even if it feels difficult in the moment. Practicing this acceptance involves reframing your mindset, letting go of attachment to specific outcomes, and focusing on your own virtuous actions, regardless of external events. By doing so, you cultivate resilience and a profound sense of inner freedom, the freedom to live well regardless of what life throws your way. In the next section, we will explore how to apply amor fati practically in everyday challenges and cultivate this liberating mindset. Building on the concept of amor fati, it's crucial to understand how to integrate this acceptance into your daily life so that it becomes a natural response rather than an abstract idea. Start by noticing moments when you resist or complain about circumstances beyond your control, maybe a delay, a difficult conversation, or unexpected change. Instead of reacting with frustration, pause and remind yourself that this moment, however uncomfortable, is part of the natural flow of life. Ask yourself, how can I embrace this fully? What lesson or opportunity does it offer? This shift in attitude is not about forced positivity, but about genuine acceptance that frees your mind from unnecessary suffering. Marcus Aurelius advised himself to meet challenges with a calm mind and steady purpose, recognizing that resistance only amplifies distress. By practicing this regularly, you build a mental habit of flowing with life's currents rather than fighting against them. This integration of amor fati strengthens resilience and deepens your emotional mastery, empowering you to face whatever arises with grace. As we bring this exploration to a close, remember that mastering your emotions, like Marcus Aurelius, is not about becoming emotionless or detached from life. It's about cultivating a deep inner strength that allows you to navigate the complexities of human experience with wisdom, courage, and grace. By practicing awareness, distinguishing what you can control, embracing impermanence, cultivating virtue, and accepting life as it unfolds, you build a resilient mind that stands firm amid life's storms. Marcus Aurelius, despite being one of history's most powerful men, faced profound struggles and doubts, yet through his Stoic practices, he cultivated a mind of remarkable calm and clarity. You too can embody this timeless wisdom, transforming emotional chaos into deliberate, purposeful living. Take these mental hacks into your daily life and practice them with patience and dedication. The journey of mastering your emotions is ongoing, but with each step, you move closer to the peace and strength of a true Stoic emperor. Thank you for joining me on this journey. If you found value in these teachings, please like, share, and subscribe for more insights on philosophy and practical wisdom. And I invite you to share your reflections and experiences in the comments below. Your voice enriches this community of seekers striving for mastery and clarity. Remember, your mind is your greatest empire. Guard it well, rule it wisely, and let it be your guide to a life well lived.